Greetings all and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, as always, welcome. So today will be my first book of the month. So January 2024 book of the month is Hold Me While You Wait by Kimberly Brown. Let me just bring my notes up closer to me so I'm not looking down so much. So obviously this one was a 5-star read to me. I really love it when a book can do 3 things for me when I read it. Chief among them is definitely when a book can evoke an emotional response from me. So that's crying. I might cry or I might get angry or just kind of conflicted. Like, I know it sounds kind of crazy to like want that from something that you're reading or even watching, but like, someone has written great work when you actually feel something, right? So this book made me feel a lot of things. And I love that. I love that about it. Second, I love when a book can inspire me to think from a different perspective, or maybe not be so judgmental towards the characters, but kind of try to look at things from their perspective, from their experiences. You know, if a writer has done their job well, I think, they give a good depiction of what the character's background is, what they've been through, and how they've come to be who they are. And so when a book or when an author does a great job of kind of making me think from a different perspective, from a different point of view, I really love that. And third, obviously, I love when a story depicts personal growth through either one character or multiple characters. In this case, she did an amazing job of developing all of the characters in the book. All of the main characters in the book had really great development throughout. And I just thought it was amazing that she was able to do that in only 290 pages. I mean, that takes great talent to be able to do that in 290 pages. So anyway, let's get into a little bit of who the characters are and, kind of just a little bit. I'm not going to give too much, obviously, as always. If you want to read my entire, my full official review of this book, it is posted either on Amazon, or you can check out my Instagram, which I believe I have linked. I'll link it to the bottom of this video, or put my handle at the bottom in the description. Our heroine for Hold Me While You Wait is Samaya Hilton. Her hero is Xander Tripp. I don't know why I'm always doing this with my hand, but yeah. So this was definitely an insta chemistry type of situation, or a type of romance. So this is going to be difficult. I try not to give too much of the premise or too much of the book away in my explanations, because I really don't like it when people do that to me. Like, I'd rather just read and find out what's gonna happen and not be told. But I guess I can give a little bit away, just a little bit. I won't give major plot spoilers or anything. But so Samaya Hilton has just experienced a very tragic loss, and she has to. This is so hard because I don't want to tell it, but I think it's pretty much laid out in the description of the book anyway. So Samaya has a pretty big loss, and she's tasked with taking her niece in to raise her, and it kind of brings in some conflict with her marriage. And we get a picture 3 years down the line. She meets Xander, who is also a parent. I'm really trying hard not to give away things, but Xander has his own daughter. Xander and Samaya's daughter are the same age. They go to school together, and that's how they meet. The meet cute is obviously cute. For not only for, Samaya and Xander, but also for their daughters, the way their daughters meet is pretty special as well. And I definitely would implore you to check this one out, because this story is just everything to me. But yes, so I'll say there's a lot that goes on in this book. Everything is in order, everything is timely. Obviously the romance story is amazing. The way she develops the adult characters and the children is pretty dope, I think. So yeah, so from adult to child, like, all of the character development is very organic and refreshing, which I can say is kind of a skill of hers. She does a very great job of character development, in my opinion. I feel like I'm rambling now. I'll give you my favorite part of this book. One of my favorite parts. I mean, the whole book I love, but this part really kind of touched me personally. It's a scene where Xander is dropping his daughter off for her first day at a new school after she's been homeschooled for a year. She kind of has some anxiety about some things, so he takes her to her class on the first day and talks to the teacher, and it kind of touched me how the teacher kind of stepped up and said, I got her whatever she needs, I'll be there for her, which is rare to see. And well, at least in my personal experience, I don't know what schooling is like now, even though I can imagine it's probably chaos after the, I don't want to call it the pandemic, I guess. Like, it seems like school and education and learning is kind of a little more challenging nowadays, but I digress. But yeah, back when I was in school, my teachers came, they taught, and they sent you on your way. None of my teachers, not none, I maybe had a couple of teachers who took special, I don't want to say special interest, it wasn't really special interest, but special care when it came to my education, because I did have some challenges in school growing up, in my early school days, grade school, middle school. I kind of got a little bit better in high school. But yeah, I don't remember having a teacher like be that attentive. So that really kind of touched me. That was something that really touched me in the story personally. The whole story is amazing. Please go check it out. I'll leave a link as usual to the book on Amazon. But yeah, this is a highly recommended read for me, my January 2024 book of the month. It was very difficult because I did read another book, which I guess I can do an honorable mention. Oh, there's actually 2 books that I finished in January that were close runners up, but the third book that I finished, I read more than 3 books, but these are my top 3 books that I'm thinking of. The third book I finished literally on the last day of January, and it just snuck in right before the official end of the month. I finished it literally right before I went to bed on January 31st. And I was like, dang, this could be, but I already had written up the review and everything for this book, for Hold Me While You Wait. Which I still think this would still be the top contender of the 3 books that I was considering for book of the month. But like I said, I had already officially written something up for my January book of the month. So, but I'll do honorable mentions. I just won't go into great detail about them. So my first honorable mention will be 1 Billion Reasons by Millie Belazaire, I think that's how you say her last name. This one was 209 pages. Our heroine's name was Morgan Chaplin, and our hero's name was Damian Fine. This one was not a warm and fuzzy read. I will tell you that now. This was kind of a dark romance, but no less engaging or intriguing. It hit all of my 3 points that I mentioned before. Especially the emotional response, because these are some characters who have been traumatized in their past and are still dealing with the consequences years later. There is some personal growth. There is definitely that element of, if you're willing to look from a different perspective, from another person's perspective, instead, not single-minded, but you're thinking from a different perspective, that's definitely in there too. So yeah, that was a very good read as well. I would highly recommend you check that one out too if you like dark romances. In my third book, I have 0 things written down for that one. Like I said, because that one just got in under the wire, so I didn't really get to write anything up on that one. That one was even more personal for me because the main female character, if I can remember her name, Lord, I can't remember that child's name. Give me a second, I'm gonna look it up real quick. What they're doing upstairs or outside. That's why she had a very interesting name. Her name was, I think it's pronounced Thyri. So the main female character's name was Thyri. I believe that's how you pronounce her name. And her love interest's name is Mar. But yeah, the main female character, she has a lot of personal trauma from her past that's keeping her, kind of stagnant in her life in certain areas. She's doing very, very well professionally, but in her personal life, she's had some challenges. And for me, her emotional state, her mental state, I just very much resonated with her character. And her character is so flawed that I'm yelling at her. See, this is what I'm talking about, emotional response. I'm like, girl, come on. But while I'm yelling at her, I'm yelling at me because I see so much of myself in this character. It's crazy. So that's why this one really was great to me, because if I can see myself in the character, even if I'm looking at my own flaws, it's a 5-star read to me. It's a 5-star read to me. If it's speaking to me personally, even if it's pointing out my own flaws, I love it. Point blank, period. So those two are my I didn't even say what the name of the book was. It's called Take It Off. It's a novella. It's not a full-length novel, but it does what it's supposed to do as a novella. And it was 125 pages long. Literally, I think, when was this released? January 28th. So I got this in right under the wire of January. So yes, that was my book of the month and my honorable mentions. I want to do something special this month, February, because it is February now, for Black History Month. So I'm thinking I want to I really don't want to commit to it, but I'm going to put my own foot on my own neck and be like, girl, please, let's be consistent. So I'm going to try to post something. I'm not going to give a day because, like I said, I'm going to give myself a commitment, but I ain't going to be too strict on it. I want to post something on here every week honoring Black indie authors. So I don't think they may not all be the same type of video, but we'll see what I can come up with in this brain of mine. I can hopefully knock something loose up there and get you guys some content here for Black History Month, honoring our truly great, truly amazing Black indie authors. Anyway, that is all I have for you guys today. I thank you so much, as usual, for spending time with me. Once again, if you want to check out my full review on my book of the month, it is posted on Amazon, or you can check it out on my Instagram. thank you so much for spending time with me once again, and I will see you next time. Peace.